Local law enforcement and community leaders are calling on state legislators to help crack down on ghost guns.
All this happening as ghost gun restriction court battle plays out on a federal level.
Western Mass News reporter Glenn Kittle joining us live now in studio after getting answers on where things stand. Glenn?
Yeah, Chris, Abby, Springfield police are noticing a growing amount of ghost guns in the community over the past 5 years, and they tell Western Mass News more regulations are needed to keep these handmade weapons from making it to the streets. Law enforcement across Massachusetts are combating the growing number of ghost gun-related crimes. The accessibility is a problem since ghost guns are currently unregulated and can be made using a 3D printer or with parts purchased online. Taking Springfield, for example, in 2022, police seized 35 ghost guns. So far in 2023, the department has taken 26 off the streets. We asked Springfield police spokesperson Ryan Walsh about the challenges ghost guns present to law enforcement. He tells Western Mass News some of the laws on the books make it harder to arrest people in possession of ghost gun kits with possession of an illegal firearm.
They find a lot of ghost gun parts that aren't officially assembled into a firearm yet. Unless it's fully assembled, it can be difficult to charge properly.
We took the department's thoughts to State Representative Carlos Gonzalez. He tells Western Mass News legislators are currently working to require ghost gun manufacturers to place serial numbers on the barrels.
Many folks that are fabricating the ghost guns been able to get away with being able to be tracked and traced.
Gonzalez tells Western Mass News he submitted a piece of legislation last year to place serial numbers on ghost guns. He says it's picking up steam at the State House.
New legislation that's been supported by the House has some ways of being able to track and trace every weapon.
Walsh tells us in the meantime, until legislation is passed that will make it easier for law enforcement to crack down on these crimes, there is a greater possibility that violent crimes can be committed with these untraceable weapons.
Oftentimes these turn into high-capacity firearms. With a Glock switch as well, they can turn into fully automatic firearms.
Now, coming up at 6, Springfield police are seeing a spike in juvenile crime in the city. We'll take a closer look at what's being done to stop these crimes from happening and a piece of legislation that could be keeping cops from cracking down on these young offenders. Reporting live in the studio, Glenn Kittle, Western Mass News.